See, my friends, if you're outside of God and you don't have Christ living in you and you're not living for Christ, then you're dead in your sins. You're dead in your trespasses. You're hopeless. You're a dead man, you're a dead woman walking, and you're in need of saving, and you're in need of grace. And since God, if I can even use this word, the genius of God to send his only begotten son to die on the cross for you and I, that he didn't just die, he wasn't just buried, he rose again on the third day. Jesus is alive. Now that's good news, that Jesus is alive today. And since Christ is alive and he's real, it's also a weighty thing that he's alive. It's a weighty thing that the one that I'm proclaiming about today is truly indeed alive, because since Jesus is alive, according to the Bible, he's going to judge you and I according to our works. Now, God forbid you were to die in your sins tonight, this evening. If you were to die in your sins, hell will be your destination. That's not a scare tactic, that's a reality. That's one of the reasons why I'm out here today, because if hell was not real, I wouldn't be out here today. If God's love was not real and evident, I wouldn't be out here today. But because of God's grace, his love, and his mercy, I'm out here today proclaiming about the one that was crucified for you and I. I don't have any other message to bring to you. I don't have any other message to tell you. The only message I have is Jesus Christ and him crucified. You see, my friends, Jesus laid down his life for you and I. As a willing vessel, because of our sin and our iniquity, God placed the full wrath of God upon the Son, which is Jesus. I remember a young man, he asked me a question. He said, "Jordan, why did Jesus have to die?" I said, "That's a good question." One of the reasons why Jesus had to die is because all of humanity that was born and that is being born and that's living and walking around and driving around and doing all different types of things throughout the world, we all come into this world shaped in iniquity, living a lifestyle of sin in a sinful nature, in need of God, meaning that no one is perfect. We have all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. We've fallen short. We've missed the mark of God's holy perfection and character. None of us could live perfect. And since none of us can live perfect, all of us have sinned. All of us have rebelled against God. We've all gone our own ways. We needed someone that was perfect, and that perfect one was Jesus. That's why God sent his son. God sent his only son because he was the only one that could take on sin and live again. And not only live again, but because Jesus was spotless, he was innocent. You see, my friends, when Pontius Pilate and the Roman emperor and the Roman Empire put Jesus Christ on the cross, Jesus was innocent. It's not because Jesus was a criminal. It's not because he was sinning. No, he was sinless. He was perfect. He knew no sin. He never did any sin. He never thought of anything that would pertain to sin. And since he came as the perfect one to die in our place and to take on the full punishment and the wrath of God on our behalf, there's a way of an escape. He's made a way for many people to come and to receive the forgiveness of sins, so that you can be forgiven of your sins. That now that Jesus died, he was buried, and he rose again on the third day, now you can enter into a relationship with God because of what Jesus Christ did. You see, my friends, so many people today throughout our world, they think that they're good people. A lot of people think that they don't need God, which is a lie. I know God for myself because God has opened up my eyes to see him. Not physically, but spiritually to see him. And to be in a relationship with him. And now that I walk with him, I know that every single day, I kid you not, I'm not lying, I need God every single day. And so for you. And there's so many people, like I said, walk throughout this life and say that they're good people, but that's farthest from the truth. That is farthest from the truth, that so many people take the lie of Satan, the lie of the deceiver, the lie of their own sinful nature, and they say to themselves, they say to preachers like myself or other Christians or other people in this world, and they believe this lie and they say that I am a good person. That's what people will say. But I like what this one preacher said. He said, if you were to have all your thoughts that you ever think in your mind to be put on a projector screen for everybody to see, would everybody say that you are a good person after them seeing just 24 hours of what you think about 24 hours out of the day? Or 8 or 16 or 12 hours out of the day when you're not sleeping? If someone can literally see all the thoughts that you think throughout the day, would people say that you're a good person after seeing all of those thoughts? And since all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, since all man has rebelled, since all man has gone their separate way, there is a remedy, my friends, and that one is who I'm talking about. That one who I'm preaching about is Jesus, who will rescue you from your sin. You won't get it from a self-help book. You won't get it because you were baptized when you were 12. You won't get it because you went to church or you went to mass. You won't get it because you pray 5 times a day. No, my friends. The only way to be made right with God is through his Son, whom God has supplied, which is Jesus Christ. It won't be through the other gods. It won't be through the other false idols, the other false gods. It will only be through Jesus Christ that you could be forgiven of your sins and that you may be made right before God despite your sins.